Hey, welcome back. This is EpicHeelToe, and this is part 3 of our vinyl wrap editor tutorial. Our current project car right now is a Volvo 242, and we're building a basic build for wrap editor. So far, we've gone a couple different body panels. We've done some basic stripe work on the sides. We've done some graphic treatments. We've also done full body colorings. We did like a mock carbon fiber hood using the vinyl wrap. We've also done layering, layer navigation, layer manipulation, copying. So we've done like perfect mirror copying. And today we're going to go over finishing the top, which is the trunk area, and we'll go into putting in some texture, some pattern texture to kind of really bring the graphic treatment alive, give it a lot more depth and a lot more dynamic direction. And maybe if we have some time, we'll put some visual effects on here using just dynamic vinyls to really bring the design alive and make it look like the drift car that we're trying to build. We're trying to build like a mock Gatbill drift car using a Volvo brick. Awesome drift car. Yeah. Let's get this started. First of all, we'll get on top. We'll select the top. I want to finish that trunk area. So we'll add another square, and we'll put it right over the trunk area, or as you Brits call it, the boot area. Let's stretch that out, and let's see, we'll stretch it out so it fits. We'll actually change the color. Let's see, let's try to match the color of the front. And on the front we had it glossy, so I like to keep it glossy. Maybe have like a rear carbon fiber trunk. Yeah, let's see. I think it is one shade darker. Let's go one shade darker. I believe that's it right there. That looks pretty close. And we'll apply that. Oh, we already did apply it. And it's not interfering with anything else. Oh, that's perfect. All right, so we have that. Our top is complete, and that looks pretty rad, I think. Now let's add. Oh, actually, there's something that I've been wanting to do, and I've been skipping over this. You see how the rear fenders, or the rear fender flares, have the stripes going right over the top of them? Well, because the fender flares kind of stick out from the bodywork a little bit, it obscures the stripes a little bit. It looks kind of like a mess, I think. I really want to clean that up, so let's mask the top of that. So let's get out of the top, and let's get right down on the side, right side, open that up, and we'll throw some masking over that. Now, because that is a very it's a very irregular curve, and it also isn't just like a moon shape that we're gonna need, but like almost like a toenail shape, like a toenail clipping. Let me see if I can show you what I mean by that. Almost like a half of a sliver. Yeah, like one of these over here. This would work well. Now, let's see if we could find that same color. Match it up. Now, I've restarted the game since the last video, so I've lost all my recent colors. And I'm trying to find it. It should be somewhere in here. Boy, it looks really close. Ah, there it is. Okay. Whoops. Okay, there we go. So let's select it. And we're going to position that over the fender. Try to mask that. Now I want full coverage of the fender without bleeding off from the fender, because we don't want it to look messy. We want it to look nice and neat and border the fender perfectly. So this is almost, now if I just put like a circle over that, the circle will not cover the irregular shape of that fender. So right there, I'm going to need to make a couple of these. That looks good. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy, or I'm going to duplicate that decal, and I'm going to flip that around and rotate it back this way and try to cover the other side of that fender. We're just trying to cover the border of the fender, and this is a little bit more tricky of a mask than when we had on our hood, where we tried to get that blue masked over right there on the hood so that the black wasn't bleeding onto the windshield cover. So let's see if we can get this right. It will look really clean. And I think that is just about right. Now we'll add another vinyl. Actually, that looks like a good vinyl to use. And we'll shrink that down just so that it covers this last little piece. We'll go to recent color right there. And voila, we have a masked fender. So let's back out of here and take a look at that. I think that looks pretty, yeah, it looks pretty decent. I think that looks a lot cleaner than what we had before. So what we're going to need to do now is copy that masking over to the other side like we did in the second video. So let's open up our layers, and we'll do, well, first of all, we'll go up down to our bottom layer. That's our good rule of thumb. If you ever want to copy anything over, any group of vinyls over, you start with your bottom layer and work your way upwards. So what we're going to do is copy, go up, copy, up, copy. And there we go. So that was a pretty simple task to complete. And it looks clean enough where it looks like it really follows that body panel line right there. It does not bleed into the rest of the graphics. Okay, so now next step is I want to start adding some texture. One texture that I like using is, it's kind of like a barcode pinstripe style. So we'll add a, let's see, I believe it's in regular shapes. Go all the way over here. Yes, right here. It looks like a really thin barcode. So you select that, see that? It's white. I'm going to turn this black just to illustrate what it looks like. And I want to give it like an angular direction. Maybe perpendicular to this blue swish in the back here. This you know, this big blue splash that we applied in the last video. And we can stretch it out just like this, and move that up and stretch it out this way. Now, right now this looks like crap, and actually let's try to rotate that some more so it looks like it's just more perpendicular, almost like pinstriping. Okay, so what we want to do now is go to our color options. And well, I want to make that a little bit lighter. We'll do that like a mid-gray. And we will make this matte. Kind of just make it as dull as possible. So let's tone down the brightness. Actually, no. We'll tone up the brightness. We'll make the brightness kind of right in the middle, right where we want it. And, oh, this is what we need. Transparency. Bring the transparency down so it just barely shows up over the white. Just like that. That looks good. Okay. And what we're going to do now is we're going to drop this down. We'll drag it down using the D-pad all the way underneath everything. So it's on the very bottom. And I think, actually, now that it's on the bottom, I think this could be rotated some more. So what we're going to do is rotate it some more. We'll have to stretch it out some more so that it covers all the way to the front. I think that looks really awesome. It gives it like a sense of direction. Actually, you know what? I might choose to go parallel. Let's see what that looks like. Actually, that looks even better. That gives the car like a directional feel, like it's moving. We'll stretch it out some more. That's as far as it'll go. That's fine. It's more than what we need. Actually, I like that better. Do it parallel. Yes, that looks awesome. I think that looks even better. So now it looks like the car is moving, even though it's standing still. It gives it kind of almost like, you know, like the anime background where you have those directional lines moving really fast, and it gives it like that sense of motion. This is what we're applying to this car, and I think this looks pretty decent. So we're going to copy this to the other side. So we'll open up our layers, copy that to the other side, and oh, it looks like something I must have accidentally transferred that other one. I must have accidentally pressed R1. So let's get out of there. We're going to delete that on the other side. Let's get out of this body panel. Yes, we'll delete that. Delete that. I must have accidentally hit R1. Okay, so we'll get out of here. We'll go back to this panel. Open the layers. Go all the way down to the bottom. We want to select this. And copy that to the other side. Just like that. And we will bring this. We'll get back out of here. Whoops. Don't want to do that. Undo. All the way out. Back to the right side. Open layers, and we're going to drag it all the way down just like we did on the other side. There we go. There. Now let's exit. Awesome. I like that. We could also add more texture up on the roof, and we could put more. We could start putting some vinyls on too, like some decals, like spot decals. Logo type stuff like that. We can put some windshield banners up on top or on the back. We could fill the back window. We could start putting decals on the hood if we want, on the front, on the rear. We can start sticker bombing. There's still lots of stuff we can do, and now I'm going to save that for the next video because that's a big jump and really make this come really alive. Now we have a little bit of depth and direction, and we have full car coverage with all our vinyls. The only thing we haven't really covered is the front, but we'll get to that in the next video. Well, thanks for tuning in, and please tune in for video number 4. And have a great day. Peace out.